they have to get a residency, and there aren't enough in the state, so they leave the state. So if your objective is to have more doctors in the state, it's not necessarily the case that a medical school is what you need. It may be that what you need is more and a wider range of residencies, because residents do tend to stay and practice where they did their residency. So before I built another medical school, I want to look at the issue of residencies, lest Michigan follow the path that Texas has played. And the role Texas has taken really is to educate at great cost a lot of doctors who go to California. Yes.
Can you comment on the positive role that three research universities in our state provide in the global economy?
Sure.
I think that gets overlooked sometimes in terms of economic benefits.
Right. So the question is, what role are three research universities play in the global economy? Well, these three schools, Michigan State, University of Michigan, Wayne State, have very good international reputations and very good international connections. And this is true in terms of their research. It's also true in terms of the students they're able to attract. This, in turn, provides a great opportunity for undergraduate students, most of whom, when they go to work in any large firm, are not going to be working just with other American citizens. It is simply the nature of business today that you are much more likely to be working in either through a virtual team or through an in-face team with people who come from different backgrounds. That's an important role that we play. But we also attract lots of foreign investors who are looking for a place to come. Aeronave, the Spanish aircraft factory, for example, was attracted to the southeastern Michigan area because of the large number of engineers in the population. That large number of engineers is because of three big engineering schools that are producing them. And I think that is the first of others. Obviously, the foreign car manufacturers have had R&D outfits in southeast Michigan for a long time. But we can do a lot more with our engineering know-how than personal transportation, as important as that's been historically. And you know, in the long-term interest of the state, we are going to have to diversify beyond that, particularly as it becomes much more efficient and capital intensive and therefore less of a source of employment for our people. So I think all those things, you know, mostly the fact that they're very engaged internationally in knowledge creation and development and provide lots of know-how and lots of practical connections, make those three universities a huge asset for the state of Michigan. I went last summer with the Alumni Association to Shanghai and to Beijing, and we had receptions for Michigan alumni in both Shanghai and Beijing. They're thrilled about this university. They think very highly of Michigan. They pointed with pride to the CNN Pure Michigan ad that appears every morning in Shanghai. They loved that. And they're in a position, in many cases, to help. We run a program in the summer for engineering students in Shanghai, and we try to get them all an internship with a Fortune 500 company, which are thick on the ground in Shanghai. And because of the recession, it was hard to do. Our alumni stepped up to the plate and helped get every one of our students an internship. That's the kind of practical help you get when you've got those sorts of connections. Okay, maybe one last question, and I'm starting to get the high sign that everybody needs to go back to work. Yes, Deborah?
There seems to be a trend with all the budgetary constraints going on nationally. When universities are looking at cuts, the liberal arts curriculum is one area that's being cut. Could you comment on that?
Yes, that's true. The liberal arts curriculum sometimes looks like the least economically oriented part of your curriculum. In fact, however, if students do not have those critical thinking skills and the analytic capacity that's developed in the fairly rigorous curriculum that a good liberal arts school offers, they're not going to be well prepared to do graduate study in any field, and they're actually not going to be as well prepared for the technical fields either. We're proud that at Michigan we have a strong literature, science, and the arts school. We're proud that every student takes courses there. I'm proud that their grading standards are tough. And we're not going to disinvest in them. Where we may find that we end up trimming back is on some small programs that have each had their own administrative assistant and their own IT person and their own so on and so on. Well, we're going to try and look at sharing some of those staff members so that maybe we cluster 4 or 5 of those small programs in a building where they could share a conference room, share a photocopier, that kind of thing. But we think that adds a lot to the richness of the intellectual life at Michigan. I don't think you're going to see us cutting back substantively on the academic part of it. Thank you very much. You're a wonderful audience. Enjoy the rest of your day.
And on behalf of the Wolverine Caucus, we'd like to present you, Provost Sullivan, this 14-karat gold Wolverine Caucus pin.
Wow.
I hope that you will enjoy it and treasure it. And again, we thank you
That was great.
for
Thank
such
you
a
very much.
profound message about public higher education. I wanted to acknowledge the presence of a few people. Representative Joan Bauer has joined us. Thank you for joining us today. Great representative from the city of Lansing. And also we have Karen Majewski, Mayor of the city of Hamtramck, here with us today. Thank you, Mayor. And we also had Mary Clark from Representative Joan Bauer's office, and Melissa Brown from Tim Bledsoe's office, and Khalid Muhammad from State Senator Martha Scott's office, and Jeff Cobb from Senator Van Workum's office. These are hardworking staff who've joined us today. Certainly we... Move another mayor. Oh. Oh, and definitely, Mayor David Lansing is here from City of Linden. And also, he runs government relations for the UM Flint campus. So wearing 2 hats there. Thank you for joining us, David. And yes, Representative Geis. Representative Geis, once again, we thank you for being here with us today. And we hope that you will join us again on June 9th when our next Wolverine Caucus Forum will be teaching ethics in research and service in today's world. And that will feature Professor John Chamberlain from the Michigan Ford School for Public Policy. So please join us on June 9th at 11:30 right here at the Chrisman Building. Thank you and have a very pleasant afternoon.